Happy afternoon to all. Welcome to Sanvi e-learning services. This is your physical science class. Yes, in the last class we discussed acids, bases and salts. Yes, in this session we are going to start new chapter, fourth chapter, refraction of light by curved surfaces. Yes. Yes. So here we have some keywords. The first one is a lens. So lens means it is a portion of transparent medium. Okay, it is a portion of transparent medium bounded by two surfaces, and at least one of them is a curved surface. In that two surfaces, one of them is curved surface. Okay, so lens means it is a portion of transparent medium bounded by two surfaces. At least one of them is a curved surface. And here the next one, focal length. So already you know this focal length. In previous classes also you learned this. So the distance between the principal focus and the optical center of the lens. Okay, the distance between the principal focus and optical center of the lens, that is known as focal length. And focus. Here, a beam of light parallel to the principal axis. That means here, incident rays. So here, a beam of light parallel to the principal axis either converges to a point here like this, or appears to diverge from a point on the principal axis. So after refraction through the lens. So this point is called principal focus. So on concave mirror, we observe the convergence of the rays. On convex mirror, we observe divergence of the rays. So after refraction, they meet at one point, that is the focus. And next, optical center. Here optical center means the geometric center of the lens, or the point situated within the lens. Okay, the geometric center of the lens or the point situated within the lens through which a ray of light passes undeviated is called optical center of the lens. Yes, this is the optical center. That means here, when the ray passes through this optical center, the ray will not deviate. Again, after reflection, it passes through the optic center only. And next, principal axis. Here, principal axis is the imaginary line passing through the center of the lens. Okay, it is the imaginary line passing to the centers of curvature of the lens and passes through optic center is called principal axis. Here, this is the principal axis. This is one of the imaginary line. It passes through the center of curvature and a pole. And radius of curvature. Here, the distance between center of curvature and curved surface. Okay, the distance between the center of curvature and the curved surface is known as radius of curvature. This is. Or else we can say that the distance between the pole to the center of curvature, right? Here, this is a pole, center of curvature. So the distance between the center of curvature and the curved surface is known as radius of curvature. So it is denoted by capital R. And next, center of curvature. So the center of curvature of the surface of a lens is the center of the sphere of which it forms a path. It is denoted by C here. Here, this is the center of curvature. Okay, this is also imaginary. Focal plane. So focal plane means a plane which is perpendicular to principal axis. So this is a focal plane here. Okay, this is perpendicular to the principal axis at the focus. Is called focal plane. And next one, beam. Beam means a number of rays combined together is called beam. And next, ray. The straight line path along which the light travels in a homogeneous medium is called a ray. Okay, the straight line path which the light travels. That means in which medium the light travels, that is a ray. So in that medium, the ray will travel in a straight line. When the medium is changed, the direction of the medium light ray is also changed. So here ray means the straight line path along which the light travels in a homogeneous medium is called a ray. Next, convergent beam. When a group of light rays fall on a convex lens, here I am saying convex lens. So when a group of light rays fall on a convex lens, after refraction, meet at point is called convergent beam. So all the rays meet at one point on the convex lens. So that is convergent beam. And divergent beam. When a group of light rays fall on a concave lens, after refraction, move away from a point is called a divergent beam. Okay, when a group of light rays fall on a concave lens, after refraction, move away from the point. It's called divergent beam. Next, parallel beam. When a group of light rays parallel to each other is called parallel beam. And real image. The image which is formed on a screen. Okay, the image which is formed on screen is called real image. And next, virtual image. The image which cannot be formed on screen is called virtual image. For example, this is a screen here. This is a screen. So when the image is formed, this is the object. If the image is formed here only means this is a real image. If the object is formed behind the middle, then it is virtual image. Okay, the image which is formed on screen is called real image. The image which cannot be formed on screen is called virtual image. And next, aperture. The aperture means the effective width of a lens through which refraction takes place is called the aperture. That means we can say that the reflecting part or refracting part. That means here, if this is a coated side and this is the reflecting side, this is the reflecting part. So this is the aperture. Okay, the effective width of a lens through which refraction takes place is called the aperture, the reflecting part side or refracting part side. Okay, these are the keywords given in this chapter. Now, so here, our chapter name is a refraction of light at curved surfaces. So refraction is a bending of light as it passes from one substance to another. Okay, refraction is a bending of light ray. It passes from one substance to another substance. That means here, this bending by refraction makes it possible for us to have lenses, magnifying glasses, prisms, and rainbow. So you can see here, this is the interface between two mediums, right? This is a air medium and this is a water medium. So when the light ray travels in one medium, it travels in a straight line path. When the interface is separated the two mediums, at the point of interface, the light ray changes its direction. It will not travel in its original path. It's changed its direction. And the speed of the light is also changed. So we'll observe refraction. That means here refraction is a bending of light when it travels from one medium to another medium. Yes, you can see here this is the bending of light that takes place. It will not travel in the straight line. So this bending by refraction makes it possible for us to have lenses, magnifying glasses, prisms, and rainbow. So a refracting surface which forms a part of the sphere of transparent refracting surface. Okay, the refracting surface means here which forms a part of a sphere of transparent refracting surface. So we have the two types of these surfaces here: convex spherical refracting surfaces and concave spherical refracting surfaces. Now, to understand more about this refraction, we have an activity here, that is refraction of light at curved surfaces. Okay, refraction of light at curved surfaces. Now, here, first of all, draw an arrow of length 4 centimeters using a black sketch pen or a thick ink pen on a sheet of paper. Okay, first of all, we need to take one paper. Now, draw a arrow which is a length of 4 centimeters. Now, take an empty glass tumbler. Okay, take an empty glass tumbler. Now here, bring the sheet of paper on which arrow was drawn behind the vessel while Look at it from the other side. Okay, now we have to observe this arrow from the other side of the glass. We will see a diminished image of the arrow. Okay, so here, first of all, we need to take one paper, draw an arrow on that paper. Now take an empty transparent vessel. Keep it on the table. Here, ask your friend to bring the sheet of paper on which arrow was drawn behind the vessel while you look at it from the other side. Now, we have kept this paper behind the glass. We are observing from other side of the glass. So, we'll see a diminished image of the arrow. Now, ask your friend to fill vessel with water. Okay, ask your friend, fill this vessel with water. Now look at the arrow from the same position as before. So we can observe an inverted image. Okay, now in this situation also the paper is behind the glass only. When we pour the water inside of the glass, we observe an inverted image. But when the vessel is empty, that means when the glass is empty, there we observe a diminished image of the arrow. But in this case, when we fill this glass with water, we are observing inverted image. You can do this activity at your home. You can observe this. Yes, so here, why the arrow is diminished when we observe from the, that means when the vessel is empty, why the arrow is diminished? Diminished means the size of the arrow decreases. And we observe the same position of the arrow. But in this case, when the vessel is filled with water, we observe the inverted image. This is due to here. In the first case, when the vessel is empty, light from the arrow refracts the curved interface. Okay, light from the arrow refracts at the curved interface. So light waves change speed when they pass across the boundary between two substances with a different density, such as air and glass. So here, when the glass is empty, we have two mediums here. One is the air and one is a glass medium. Right? So here, light from the arrow refracts at this curved surface, interface. This is the interface between two mediums. This is a glass medium here. This is the medium, glass medium. Here again, we have air inside of the glass. There is no water. Right? So here, when the vessel is empty, light from the arrow refracts at the curved interface. So here, it moves through the glass and enters into air. Right? So here, this light ray moves through the glass and enters into air here. Then it again undergoes refraction on the another curved surface of vessel and comes out into air. Right? So in this way, light travels in two mediums. First of all, the light ray travels from air medium to glass medium. This is the air medium here. Right? So first of all, it travels from air medium to glass medium and glass medium to again air medium to glass medium to again air medium. So in this way, light travels into in two media and comes out of the vessel and forms a diminished image. Okay. In the second case, light enters in the curved surface. Now here we have three media: air media, glass media and water media. Right? So here, in the second case, the light enters a curved surface, moves through the glass, moves through the water and comes out of the glass. First of all, here light travels from air medium to glass medium and glass medium to water medium here. Again water medium to glass medium. From the glass medium, here in this the direction is changed. It is observing, we are observing that inverted image here. So here light enters the curved surface, moves through water, comes out of the glass and forms an inverted image. So here, this is one activity to understand the refraction of light. In the first case, we observe the diminished image. That means the size of the arrow decreases due to here that their light ray travels in two mediums, air media and glass media. In the second case, light travels in the three mediums: air medium, glass medium and water medium. So we observe in this case an inverted image. So here, is the image real or virtual? Means this is the virtual image. This is a virtual image. Next. Here, when the vessel is filled with water, there is a curved interface between two media, that is air and water. You can observe here. This is a interface between two mediums, air and water. So here, assume that the refractive indices of both water and glass are the same. Okay, just we have to assume the refractive indices of both water and glass are the same. They really are not equal. Just we are assuming that. So here what happens to a ray that is incident on a curved surface separating two media? Here what happens to a ray that is incident on a curved surface separating the two media? So here, are the laws of refraction still valid? Here, when the light ray incident on a curved surface which is separating two media, their light ray gets refracted. Okay, light ray gets refracted. So here, are the laws of refraction still valid? Means yes, laws of refraction are valid in the case of refraction at curve. Laws of refraction are valid in the case of refraction at curve. So here, first of all, we need to consider a curved surface which is separating two different media. So this is a curved surface separating the two media. This is the air media and this is the water media. Right? So here, C is the center of the sphere. Okay, the center of the sphere of which curved surface is a part is called the center of curvature. So it is denoted by letter C. Yes, here. Any ray, okay, so here any line drawn from the center of curvature to a point on the curved surface. Any line or any ray drawn from the center of the curvature to a point on the curved surface becomes normal to the curved surface at that point. So this is the normal. So the direction of normal changes from one point to another point on the curved surface. Here the center of the curved surface is called pole of the curved surface. This is the center of this curved surface. On this curved surface, the center is called pole. It is denoted with letter P. Here the line that joins the center of curvature and pole is called principal axis. This is one of the imaginary line which is passes through the center of curvature and pole. So this line joins the pole and center of curvature. That is the principal axis here. Here, how do rays bend when they are incident on a curved surface? Here, a ray will bend towards the normal. Okay, a ray will bend towards the normal when it travels from rarer medium to denser medium. So these are the incident rays. So after refraction, these rays will bend. Yes. So here, a ray will bend towards the normal when it travels from rarer medium to denser medium and bends away from the normal when it travels from denser medium to rarer medium. You can see here. Here, we know the light ray when it is travels from one medium to another medium, when it is enters in another medium, the direction of the light ray changes and the speed of the light ray is also changes. So here, when this light ray bends towards the normal, then it is traveled from rarer to denser. So this is the rarer medium now, and this is the denser medium. So when the light ray travels from rarer to denser, it bends towards the normal. And when the light ray travels from denser to rarer medium, then the refracted ray bends away from the normal. You can see here. Okay, so the ray will bend away from the normal if it travels from a denser to rarer medium. So rarer to denser, the refracted ray moves towards the normal. Denser to rarer, the refracted ray moves away from the normal. Now here, what happens to a ray that travels along the principal axis? Similarly, a ray that travels through the center of curvature. Okay, here what happens to ray that travels along the principal axis and a ray that travels through the center of curvature? So here, already in the earlier class, in 9th class, we learned refraction of light at plane surfaces. There we learn Snell's law also. Right? So according to Snell's law, the ray which travels along the normal drawn to the surface does not deviate from its path. Okay, the ray which travels along the normal drawn to the surface does not deviate from its path. So hence, both rays travel along the normal. So they do not deviate. Yes, so here when the light ray travels along the principal axis and through the center of curvature, so these rays do not deviate. Now, what happens to a ray? That means incident ray traveling parallel to the principal axis. So this is the principal axis. So when the light ray, yes, when it is traveling parallel to the principal axis, what happens here? So here, a ray, you can see here, this is the principal axis, this is the rarer medium, and this is the denser medium. This is the curved surface, sorry, interface, yes, curved surface interface separating these two mediums, air medium and water medium. Yes, so here, the incident ray is parallel to this principal axis. So here, when a ray traveling parallel to the principal axis strikes a convex surface and passes from a rarer medium to denser medium. Right? So this is a convex surface. So this light ray strikes at the convex surface. So now here the light ray is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium. Right? So here, when this parallel to the principal axis, when it is strikes convex surface, it passes from rarer medium to denser medium. And then a ray traveling parallel to the principal axis strikes a concave surface. So here convex, not concave, but here the medium is changed. Before, the light ray travels from rarer to denser. Now in this case, light ray travels from denser to rarer. Here also the light ray is parallel to the principal axis. The incident ray parallel to the principal axis. So when a ray traveling parallel to the principal axis strikes a convex surface and passes from denser medium to rarer medium. You can see. It is moving away from the normal. Yes, it is not towards the normal. The refracted ray, it is not towards the normal. It is moving away from the normal. So you can see the medium denser to rarer here. We observed in the before case rarer to denser. Here the light ray towards the normal. The refracted ray is towards the normal here. Now, case 3. So when a ray traveling parallel to the principal axis, you can see here, this is the ray parallel to the principal axis, strikes a concave surface. Okay, concave surface and passes from a denser medium to rarer medium. So here, this is the interface separating two media. This is the air medium and this is the water medium. Okay, this is the center of curvature, principal axis. So here, this ray is parallel to the principal axis. And after refraction, it is passes from denser to rarer here. So this is the normal and this is the refracted ray. We know when the light ray travels from denser to rarer, it moves away from the normal. Yes, next. Case 4. So ray traveling parallel to the principal axis Now here, this light ray, this is the principal axis, this is the center of curvature, right? And this is the normal line. This dotted line is a normal line. Now in this case, light ray travels from rarer to denser. This is the rarer medium, this is the denser medium. Now light ray is travel from rarer to denser. Now this is parallel to the principal axis. So you can see after refraction, it passes through the. That means it is moving towards the normal. The refracted ray moving towards the normal here. So here we observe 4 cases. That means when light ray travels from rarer to denser, either convex or concave. When it is travel from rarer to denser, the refracted ray moves towards the normal. And when it is travel from denser to rarer, in convex and concave, the refracted ray moves away from the normal. Yes, so we observe the 4 cases here. So here, what difference do you notice in this refracted rays in this figure A and figure B? So here, what could be the reason for that difference? So here, incident ray, right? The incident ray travels parallel to the principal axis. In figure A, the ray passing from rarer to denser medium. You can see here. Here it is passes from rarer to denser medium. Striking at convex surface and bends towards the normal. The refracted ray bends towards the normal. In figure B, ray passing from denser to rarer. Right? Ray passing from denser medium to rarer medium. And striking at curved surface, that is convex surface, and bends away from the normal. You can see here. Rarer to denser, the refracted ray bends towards the normal. Denser to rarer, the refracted ray bends away from the normal. So the main reason is that light passes through different media. Okay. In the first case, we observe rarer to denser. In the second case, we observe denser to rarer. This is due to light passes through different media. So similarly, here also, when we observe concave mirror, here we observe the difference between these two. When the light ray travels from, in this case also, incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. Here also, when the light ray travels from denser to rarer, when it is striking on a concave surface, it bends, refracted ray bends away from the normal. Yes, and an incident ray passing from rarer to denser, striking on concave surface and bends towards the normal. So remember one point here, denser to rarer, when the light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, after refraction, it bends away from the normal. And when light ray travels from rarer to denser medium, the refracted ray bends towards the normal. Yes, the main reason is due to changing of media. Your light ray travels through different media. Yes, so we observe here one is concave and one is a convex curved surfaces. Yes, okay. We'll discuss the remaining topic in the next class. Yes, okay. Thank you all of you. Thank you. We'll continue the next topic in the next class.
Good afternoon, students. How are you all? Fine. How much? Please turn on your videos, all of you. Here, local Sunny, Shruti, possible, please turn on your video. Let me see your face in the beginning, okay? And many students I found laying on the bed, yawning. Okay, I thought getting bored when you hear the class. Okay, fine. Okay, students, anyway, in the last session, we have discussed about GDP and the different contributors of GDP and even from per capita income, we have to discuss when we discuss about GDP. Per person income also leads to get good GDP and overall it give more contribution to overall economy. The GDP in the sense, the market value of all the finished goods and services within a period of time we call GDP. And how we calculated GDP already we have learned in the last session and different contribution, especially primary and secondary. One thing, let me remind you, in the service sector, there is no protection, especially these all protection activities done by the primary and secondary sector. It means agriculture sector and industrial sector. Okay, and you all know now what all the sectors come under different sectors like primary, secondary and tertiary. And what are the different occupation come under already you know. If not, in the end of the session, we will discuss about that. And today, possible, we will discuss about the question and answers also. So at the end of the session, we have discussed organized and unorganized sector. In the last session, an example, we didn't go through that. Let us quick check off the all those topics. And organized and unorganized sector. Only one word answer let me give you. Organized sector in the sense, in organized sector, we have, like we can see proper rules and regulations followed by the employer and employee. That we call organized sector. Unorganized sector in this is there is no rules and regulations. Okay, so no security for the job, and the same way no proper payment for the employees. And low income people we can see even salary or wage, whatever it may be very less in unorganized sector, and that also underemployment also come under that especially. You know what is underemployment? A person is not fully engaged in a particular job. Generally, we call underemployment. Okay, fine. Okay, it's also part of unemployment and underemployment almost equal, because some days people may work and some days they won't get any job. That particular situation we call underemployment or unemployment. Okay, fine. Okay, now all of you get ready with your running note. Take 3 long breaths and sit. Somebody yawning just because of that I am repeating you. Take 3 long breaths and attend the class. Okay. Okay, fine, good. Please turn on your videos, all of you possible. 1 second, children, please stay online. I hope everyone can see the screen. Okay, students, chapter 3, production and employment. These 2 terms already we have discussed in the earlier classes, and now see the example which we have in the concept book, the same example. And hereafter, what are the concept you have discussed? We have a close connection to these topics because organized and unorganized sector. A character here, Rajeshwari, is working as a construction worker. She goes for work at 7 a.m. and returns home at 7 p.m. See, long work. If you observe, you can understand morning 7 to evening 7. In the sense, a long period time. Especially, she's working in a construction field. She travels about 8 to 10 kilometers daily for work by bus. Construction workers get on our lunch break between 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and the same time she gets work only for 10 to 12 days in a month, and on the remaining days she has no work and she does not get any wages, and she gets rupees 150 per day income. Once you remember, 150 per day. Mostly she's paid the wages on the same day in the evening. Wage, coolie we call generally. When she works for 3 or 4 days at the same day, so same, and she is paid after the work is completed. She gets more work from February to June. July to January is unseasonal. Rajeshwari is a member of self-help group in her locality. The government will pay some compensation in case of death or major injury while she is work. There is no help from government for the treatment in accident while working. She is also part of a group that works under a mason, and there are 6 to 10 workers under each mason. So dear students, see here the Rajeshwari, a woman, her working condition clearly explained here. She is working in unorganized sector. These coolie workers and all come under unorganized sector, and they have no work throughout the year. Actually, monthly, how many days she get work, you can understand now. So the same way, 150 per day paid, and she is a member of self-help group. Have term here, self-help group. You already learned about self-help group. Stands for providing financial support to the small scale laborers, especially even farmers also a part of self-help group in local area. In village level we can see self SHG group, we generally short form we call SHG, self-help group, stands for giving financial support to the poor farmers generally. And one more thing, government helps them if they get any major injury, like major injury instance death they have mentioned. Other than that, there is no benefit from the government. Even medical treatment also they won't get other than government hospital. This is the condition of Rajeshwari. When it comes to one more person here, who is that? Narsimha. Okay, he's an organized sector or organized sector worker, we can say. Narsimha was in a government office, and he attends his office from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. He uses his motorbike to travel from his house to office, which is about 5 kilometers away. He gets his salary regularly at the end of every month and deposited in the bank account. And in addition to the salary, he also gets a provident fund, PF, as per the rules laid down by the government, and he also gets medical and other allowances. And Narsimha does not go to office on Sunday. This is a paid holiday. When he joined work, he was given appointment letter starting all the terms and conditions of the work. This is organized sector employee. Actually, Narsimha is an organized sector, is a government employee. So he is getting holiday and even paid holidays, we can say. Even Sundays also, if they get holiday, even though the government will be paid at the same time. And he has proper transportation facility. He has his own bike. At the same time, he was given an appointment letter. Okay, when he joined in the office, that is very important. Why it is organized sector? Now let us discuss, because when he joined the job or when he get the job, they have some terms and conditions related to that organization. That is the organized sector specialty, because there is some rules and regulations, especially government officers or the people who are working in organized sector. They have specific rules and regulations given by the government. According to that rules and regulations, that particular office or organization run. Okay, this is the difference between two persons. One is Rajeshwari and next is remember these terms, names, Narsimha. Okay, so finally here, Narsimha and Rajeshwari are illustrate example of workers employed in organized and unorganized sector respectively. Do you see the difference there, difference in their condition of work? Absolutely. What are the difference we find? Because Rajeshwari may or may not, she may get job some days, and other day she won't have any job. The same time, Narsimha, you see, he is like permanent employee and he has work throughout the year. He is getting correct remuneration for his work or salary. And when it comes to Rajeshwari, she is not getting any benefit from the government side, even pension. And this all gone to the organized sector. And the distinction between organized and unorganized sector helps us to understand the working situation and wages received by majority of workers in the country. And one more thing, let us remember here, 92% of the workers in India are found unorganized sector. Not only in this type of mason work, and many companies or factories also hire workers, temporary worker we can say. So that also come under this unorganized, because there is no rules and regulations for them. 92% of workers in India are found in unorganized sector. Fill in the blank question, students, please note it down. 92, and 8% find work in organized sector. Total out of 100, 92% under unorganized sector worker in India. Then when it comes 8% only in organized sector, and in addition of that, these 92% workers contribution also very good, because even though 92% like not very skilled people, okay, these professional not necessarily any special skill like service sector, no need any proper education for this, only they should know the work, that's it. So even though 50% GDP contribution we have from the this 92%, let us see what is that. See here, the unorganized sector also contributes to GDP. Not only organized sector, even unorganized sectors also. The same way, see a year 2004 and 5, the unorganized sector workers accounted for 92% of all the workers that contributed half of the production. It means 50%, okay, contributed to GDP. When overall calculation, we find it 50%. And on the other hand, only 8% of the people had a decent employment or organized sector employment. Decent in the sense, a organized sector employment, and contributed 50% of the production of goods and services. It means equally 92% unorganized sector people. Now, if I ask you a question, why actually 92% people we have here in unorganized sector, but their contribution only 50%? When 80% of people in organized sector, then even they are contributing 50% of the production. What may be the difference there? There we have to find unorganized sectors, there is no skilled persons. We will discuss about that. How can we improve the unorganized sector? Because there is no proper skill to do something. Like their contribution, more members working in that field, even though contribution is not up to that. Very important question is that even 8% of the service sector or the organized sector people working, and their contribution 50%. It means 92 50% and 8% also 50%. The products and services of these companies find a market, but they support a very small section of the population with a privileged job, and this is an extremely unequal situation. Even these 8% organized sector production, that products also, see here what problem they're facing. The rest find only insecure, low paying jobs, or are self-employed with low earnings, or remaining underemployment. So there you have to find, because this organized sector, this production and distribution, that is very important. All the market value of the market value of finished products and services is come under GDP. Here what happens? Here, these 92% of the people, unorganized sector, and they are also not secure, insecure, low-paying jobs. That is very important. When we get opportunities in organized sector, we get good income. We can afford anything. But here, what is the problem? They are getting very low income and self-employed with low earnings and remain underemployment. You know the term, what is underemployment? Part-time or full-time, not part-time workers, especially underemployment. They are not in an organized sector. Like Rajeshwari, we can say Rajeshwari, like we can take an example for underemployed. And here the contribution of organized and unorganized sector you have on the screen. See the same what we discussed before, the same here, contribution percentage of total 8% employment in the organized sector, contribution to the GDP 50%. Unorganized sector, 92% of people working in unorganized sector, even though 50% only their contribution. So what shall we do? That is the next question. How can we improve this unorganized sector? Actually, our lesson heading is production and employment, or employment opportunities, because we have employment opportunities, but whatever income derived or production and production is not up to that. That is the main reason, because 92% work in this is, we must get more than this or more than organized sector, even though we are in the 50-50 chances. It means total 100, organized sector 50 and unorganized sector 50% only the contribution to the GDP. Okay, now this is the question here. How to create more and more better conditions of employment? from where we are taking, like from that example, we have to discuss Rajeshwari and Narasimha. The two persons, Narasimha's case, okay, he is working in organized sector. When it comes to Rajeshwari, so see here, a large number of people should have found a decent employment in industry and service, but this has to taken place. Production in industry and services has increased without a similar increase in employment. Industrial sector improvement, we can see many improvement in industrial and service sector, but there is no employment or employees in that. Protection has increased without a similar increase in employment, job opportunity. What may be the reason for that? Lack of skilled persons, because in industrial sector or service sector, professionals they need. Okay, so here what is situation is very difficult, because you know, just an example I have told you, one person, like suppose in a field 1 or 2 persons work enough, in that place 10 persons engage, it means total family members may engage in the agricultural cultivation activity. There what happens? Production as it is, there is no change in the production, but unorganized sector employment is increasing. But when it comes to industrial and service sector, employment opportunity is not up to that. When we look at how people are employed, we find that most people are in the unorganized sector, barely able to find work. The increase in production is benefiting only about 8% of the worker. See here, the increase in production is benefiting only 8% of the workers. Hence, in what ways can one increase employment for all the people? So how can we improve our employment, even if it is in organized or unorganized sector? The employment opportunity and the income status is very, very important. How can we? That is a concept here. See, take the case of Gayatri with her 2-acre plot of unirrigated land. There is no irrigation, there is no water facility. Gayatri, an example they have given. The government can spend some money, or banks can provide a loan to construct a well for her family to irrigate the land. Actually, what situation here facing? Why did they give this example? In the sense, not only this Gayatri, many poor farmers are suffering from this type of situation. Like even if you see lack of proper irrigation facilities, they are collecting money from money lenders. That examples also we can take. Because from money, when they collect money from money lenders, high interest they may collect back. Government reluctant to give money to this farmer. See, government can spend some money, or banks can provide loan to construct a well for her family to irrigate the land. Gayatri will then be able to irrigate her land and take a second crop, wheat, during the Rabi season. Gayatri's case, even second season, they are unable to cultivate, lack of water. Let us suppose that 1 acre of wheat can provide employment to two people for 50 days. So what is here? Let us suppose that 1 acre of wheat can, so 2.5 acres given, can provide employment to 2 people for 50 days, including sowing, watering, fertilizer and application, fertilizer application and harvesting. So these all include in that. So 2 more members of the family can be employed in her own field. Okay, so if they get this facility, see, so 2 more members of the family can employed in her own field. Now suppose many small dams are constructed and the canals are dug to irrigate many such farms. This could lead to a lot of employment generation within the agriculture sector itself, reducing the problem of underemployment. What example they have given? Why do they give this example? Now I hope you understood. Because you see here, 1 acre of land. Suppose example, take 1 acre of land. There is no proper irrigation facilities. Only one time they are cultivating. Only Kharif season, Rabi season, in the Kharif season, monsoon season, rainy season crops they are producing. Lack of water, they are stopping that work. They are going for some other job. Instead, if government gives loan or any other agencies, government agencies provide them good facilities, even they can cultivate 2 times, and the same time 2 more members also can engage in the field. Their income may be increased. It leads to get a good economic status in the rural area or their family. It leads to get good GDP and production may increase. First step, what we have to do, if you get a question, what answer you must write for this. Here, how can we improve the unorganized sector? One example they have given here. What is that example? Providing inputs or the agricultural facilities to the poor farmers. Then they may cultivate twice or thrice in a year. They get good income, and many people may get opportunities in the field or agricultural activity. Okay, so instead, what here happening? Only 1 acre of land, 10 members work in that field for only Kharif season, Rabi season, and Sai season empty. So they are engaging in some other work. That we call underemployment. There is no job opportunities for these people. The same way now, suppose Gayatri and other farmers produce much more than before. They would also need to sell some of this. See, they are very important. They can sell if they cultivate twice. They would also need to sell some for this. And for this, they may be required to transport their product to the nearby towns. Transportation facilities next one. In the government invests some money in transportation and storage of crops, or market better rural roads, so that mini trucks reach everywhere. Several farmers like Gayatri who now have access to water can continue to grow and sell these products. These activities can provide productive employment to not just farmers but also other such those in services like transport or trade. See here, another indirectly it goes to some other job opportunities. Not only in agricultural activities, if government develops these transportation facilities, so that also gives some more opportunity. Not only once, twice Gayatri can cultivate in her field. When she cultivates twice, production increases. She can sell that product in the market. She can earn better income. It leads to get good income, like good progress in GDP. Yes or no? So like this, a proper plan must be there. And here job opportunity is increasing. The same way crop production or production also may increase. Two cases we have to remember here. And here Gayatri need not confine to water alone, or not only water to cultivate the land. She also needs fertilizers, pesticides, agriculture equipment, pump set to draw water. Being a proper farmer, she cannot afford many of these. So she will have to borrow money from money lenders. And I have told you, and pay high rate of interest. If the local bank gives her credit at a reasonable rate of interest, she will be able to buy all these in time and cultivate her land. This means that along with water, we also need to provide cheap agricultural credit to the farmers for farming to improve. Okay, in this way, we can improve the employment opportunity the same way. Many people get job opportunities. In addition of that, production also increases in the primary sector. Okay, primary sector itself, we know that it is an unorganized. Actually, a person do work according to his wish. Am I right? So if we give some more facilities, automatically this sector may improve. So they will get good income. Another way by which we can tackle this problem is to identify, promote and locate industries and services in semi-rural areas where a large number of people may be employed. One more solution. Industries, in village level. In village, we don't have any industrial sector. Am I right? At small scale industries we can see. So most of the people migrate to the towns for job or employment opportunities. Only township we can see large scale industries. Even though based on the population, if government establishes some industries or industrial sector in the rural areas or semi-rural areas, that many job opportunities can provide. We can change the production status. Even unorganized sectors also can perform well and provide good income. And for instance, if they want rice mill for like what we call further activities, opening a cold storage could give an opportunity for farmers to store their product like chilies and onion and sell them when they get a good price. In villages near forest areas, We can start honey collection center, many honey collection centers where people can come and sell wild honey. Okay, there are also some more production activities we can see. Even tribal people, they're selling in the open market. Instead of that, a honey collecting office or any small industry if we start. Okay, it is also possible to set up an industry that process vegetable and agriculture produce like tomato, chili, mango, rice, red gram fruits, which can be sold in outside market. This will provide employment in industries located in semi-rural areas and not necessary in large urban cities. People not necessary to migrate some other places for job. Okay, they can settle in their village. They can concentrate on this sort of work. Okay, examples you must remember. Question may be like this: how can we improve the unorganized sector and provide more job opportunities or employment? Examples you can take from this all. We have discussed many things like Gayatri's case. She has some land. If government provides some facilities, she can cultivate it twice or thrice. If she cultivates, production increases. When production increases, she will get a good income and more opportunities because family members all together can engage. Instead, what happening here is the educated people also, if they won't get job, simply they are engaging in agricultural activities. Nothing happening. What they are doing? Someone may observer will be there. Yes or no? 1 acre of land, one time cultivation. Yes or no, Samhita? Yes. Some people may observe what others do, chit-chatting, wasting time. Is it? So instead, twice or thrice if they engage, get good income from that. Okay, so in conclusion, today we not only have to generate new employment opportunities, but also train many workers to work efficiently and with the machines. We should invest in many industries in both rural and semi-urban areas so that we are able to produce many more goods and services. In conclusion, what did they say? Today, we not only have to generate new employment opportunities, already opportunities are there. What we have to do? We have to train them, okay, to work efficiently and with the machines, related to machines, how it use. So this, if government gives training, production may increases. Okay, we should invest in many industries in both rural and semi-urban area. Okay, students, this all for the summary of this topic. So now it's a work of CW work, and before we discuss about the question and answers, I request you all to write these following terms before you write CW, especially question and answers. So please write it in your running note. First is gross domestic product. Okay, after sales sheet, you must write the following terms: gross domestic product, final goods, and organized sector. Definition: unorganized sector, primary sector, secondary sector, service sector. Next is intermediary good or intermediary good, and unemployment. Next is underemployment. Okay, next financial year. Don't forget to write these following terms. After that, if possible, all of you please see the screen. Here you have a brief or a summary of this topic. Summary of this topic. Can you see the screen? I hope everyone can see. Here clearly a summary, clear summary of this topic you have on the screen. What you're supposed to do is clearly go through that. Production and employment is the topic. Sectors of economy, first column. Okay, explain about the sectors of economy if you get a question. Agriculture or primary sector, industry or secondary sector, and service or tertiary sector. And here in agriculture or primary sector, forestry, fishing, mining, these all come under agricultural or primary sector. This is the chapter summary, students. Okay, summary of the chapter. Okay, if you know this completed, this conclusion, you will get many, like even current affairs or contemporary issue questions also you can answer from this. First, you must know what all the sectors come under each and every sector. Next is industry or a secondary sector. Under that, manufacturing process and other industry. In that, small scale and large scale industries also come. And next is service sector or tertiary sector. Under that, postal, telegraph, banking, transportation, insurance, everything, many are there. So when you see a profession, immediately you must understand which sector it is. Next is sectors of employment. First one, sectors of economy, and next is sectors of employment. Explain about the sectors of employment, organized sector and unorganized sector. In organized sector, security of employment. Okay, features we can say medical benefit they are getting, pension and pension facilities, safe working environment. So when it comes to unorganized sector, employment in a spelling error there, employment PLOY. Okay, employment is not secure, working environment not safe, no medical benefit, very low salary or wage. So that all about organized and unorganized sector. Okay, and brief summary of the lesson. And one more here, gross domestic product. It's like what all the content or topic come under that: industry, total value of goods and services, rural and urban, organized sector, unorganized sector, service sector, agriculture. Okay, so please remember all these points possible as it is. Draw a diagram in your CW before you start writing your question and an answer. Okay, so this is a key points. Okay, if you know these points, you can score full mark from this topic. Very easy chapter. Main is GDP, the different contributions from different sectors, and the same way employment opportunities. How can many examples and case studies you have in the topic. Okay, forget about that all and just to try to understand that. And after that, employment opportunities in rural and urban area. So these are the topic. After that, you please start writing question and answers. Question and answers you already have in the concept book. So don't try to copy from anywhere. A small request, please try to write your own. Okay, very easy questions. If you want, I can go through. Do you think the classification of economic activities into primary, secondary, and service sector is useful? Yes, it's absolutely, because if you have to we have to understand all the sectors and the contributions of different sectors. We can analyze. So that is the importance of understanding these three sectors. And for each of the sector that we come across this chapter, why should one focus on employment and GDP? The relationship between employment and GDP, in the last session we have discussed about that. Could there be other issues which should be examined and discussed? So already, just to go through very easy questions. And how is the service sector different from other sector? Only one thing, service sector in the sense there is no production. Remember that always. Okay, in the primary and secondary sector we have production. In the service sector we don't have production. Only very important point, whenever you get question, that point don't miss. Okay, what do you understand by underemployment? You know what is underemployment? Explain with one example each from the urban and rural areas what we discuss in the concept. Okay, underemployment in the sense part-time or partly the person's working. So that generally we call, okay, not permanent. Okay, so that generally we call underemployment. And how one or two examples. And the workers in the unorganized sector need protection on the following issues. Wages, very absolutely got this protection, and explain with example. See, wages, safety and health, these three is very important for organized or unorganized. Even though unorganized sector person, even Gayatri's case we have discussed, not Gayatri, one more character we have discussed, because she is a member of SHG, self-help group. A point there, remember that what is self-help group. If you get a question, you will be able to write. Self-help group is a organization stands to help the poor farmers or poor people in the form of financial assistance, mainly economic, like financially they support the workers. So that organization we call self-help group. They have a proper ID card. Okay, so that you just remember, if you get a fill in the blanks or anything, you must know what is SHG. Short form you will get self-help group. Okay, so next is a study in Ahmedabad found that 15 lakh workers and 11 lakh are in the unorganized sector, and their contribution given there. Okay, how much? 6,000 crores Total out of that 3,200 crores was generated in the organized sector and rest from unorganized. What are the ways for generating more employment in this city? So employment opportunities, how can we create? Is you just think and write about that. And next seventh one is read the paragraph and write answer. And if you want the detailed answer anyway, I cannot give you, but try once. Doubt clarification, I can spend 10 or 15 minutes in the next session. And next is observe the pie graph. Already you have in the concept book that graph. So if you just make a tab, what we call graph in the page number, and answer the following question. Just go through that and write answer for these questions. These questions, this type of questions also you can expect in the question paper. Okay, they will give a table and ask you to write answer for the from the content. Okay, what points are to be considered while estimating gross domestic product? Many factors we have discussed. What are the factors come under gross domestic product? Ninth question. What are the factors come under? Can you guess now? So the output share, and which question discuss the, yes, first one, like I will give you some one or two. The output share of agriculture sector has fallen drastically. So that answer you have to discuss the changes in share of, 10th question, discuss the changes in share of different sectors in GDP. So answer for that, the output share of agriculture sector has fallen down, that you must remember. There was a small increase in the share of industrial output. Next, and finally, there is a tremendous increase in the share of service activity. So that three stages. Okay, remember and write. Analyze the role of unorganized sector in GDP. Okay, how much? Actually, that 8%, 50, and 92%, 50. So that particular paragraph, if you read, you will get the answer. And the next is look at the page, like page number 32. What is likely change like of production in the hair case? Okay, so if you see that paragraph, you will get who would benefit from the value added. So this all about your CW part. And dear students, I hope you already started your CW work. Is it? Did you started or started writing CW? How many of you? Good. Abhishek Reddy, what about you? Did you start CW? Very good, very good. Okay, go on with the CW work. Don't delay on that. In the month of June or May, you have annual examination. Some more time we have, so update the CWs. Okay, children. Done. Samida. Okay.